everybody. I'm at the midway point now of my maxillary expansion. I've expanded roughly 4 millimeters. But if you look right now at the teeth, there's only about like a 1 millimeter gap. One of the benefits of expanding while also having these aligners at the same time is I cut the treatment time probably by half. Because most people, when they do this treatment of palate expansion, first they do the expansion, meaning like they do the cranks and then they expand the upper jaw. And then after everything, they do the alignment. In the treatment that I'm doing right now with Dr. Yu, what we're doing is that we are aligning and expanding at the same time. Now, the alignment that's happening during the expansion, right? So I'm right now still expanding. I'm at the midway point. The alignment is not 100% accurate. And so they're sort of ballparking it because as you expand the bone, you don't really know how things are going to be moving in the jaw, and that's fine. But it's going to get me a lot closer to the end result. And that way, I'll only have to wear aligners a few more months after we finish the expansion, and ultimately finish this treatment sooner than later. So right now, it is roughly mid-June. The quality of my breathing has improved drastically. I just noticed that I'm not always trying to open up my mouth to compensate for not being able to breathe. My nose is not as stuffy as it used to be, especially like in the mornings or whatnot. I still tape my mouth when I go to sleep, so I'm able to sleep very deeply, but just the quality of the breath through my nose has changed dramatically. And that's probably just because the nasal cavity, right, the airways have just expanded. It feels great. From what I understand, typically for people that go through this type of expansion, is that some people, they might feel like a dramatic improvement in the breathing early on, and then it sort of plateaus. Some people don't feel anything, and then all of a sudden toward the end, it's kind of like shoots up. They're able to breathe really well. And some people just have like a gradual, continual improvement in breathing through the nose, and I think that's that's the group of patients that I ended up belonging to. And yeah, a few other things that I should probably share. In mid-August, they're going to take out these arms, okay? So you have the mechanism that holds the bone at the top. It's held with screws, and then you have the arms which are assisting in pushing and widening the upper jaw. So here, I'll just show you here in a second. So these arms are going to be taking out once the expansion is finished, which is going to be roughly mid to late August. And then everything after that is just alignment, so kind of fixing my bite and letting the bone heal and calcify. And then in mid-January, they're going to take out all the screws and everything, and then no more metal in my mouth, and I'm only going to be aligning with the aligners. I don't know how much longer after that. That really depends on the progress with the movement of the teeth. Funny enough, Dr. Yu is also going through the treatment simultaneously with me. So he also did the same surgery with Dr. Koppelson, and he's expanding, and he's also going to share some insight of his own on what his journey is like. All right, let's go to the meeting. Okay, I think the mic, can you speak into the mic for a sec?
Yeah, testing?
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, Ben, so we started turning, or you started turning your expander about 3 months ago now.
Yeah.
I think early March was when you actually started physically doing the turns. And I remember the last appointment that I saw you, which was about 6 weeks ago. You told me that you started to notice the sensation that you were breathing better through your nose, right?
Yeah.
And then today you told me that you're noticing it a lot more. Can you walk me through what you're noticing and what you feel?
Yeah, absolutely. The difference in the quality of breathing is meaningful. Mm-hmm. The thing is, it's like I have to really pay attention to it because it's a gradual change that over time, typically when someone that has breathing issues, maybe you reach for like a nasal spray or something like that, and then the relief is immediate, and then you can automatically like, oh, I finally breathe. Yeah. With this, because it's a gradual change, it gives your body time to adjust. Mm-hmm. But if I'm consciously thinking about it and noticing it, for example, whether it's in the morning where typically my nose is stuffy, when I eat food, typically when you can't breathe through your nose and you eat food, you're always trying to breathe through your mouth, and I mean, it's not like I don't struggle eating right now because of all the stuff in my mouth, but but I still notice there's a meaningful difference in the way that I breathe, and also I don't reach for tissues. I don't blow my nose as often.
Okay.
My mom even, so because she I haven't seen her for a while. I actually have not seen her since before the surgery.
Wow. Okay.
So she told me, I noticed that you are actually, like, you're not complaining. Like, she does notice that I'm not fussing around with my nose and my breathing barely at all.
Wow.
Actually.
Okay. Yeah, I think these subtle changes, like, we don't really appreciate them, right? Because, again, you're right, that these changes happen very gradually and subtly over time. And it's not until, for most of our patients, it's like maybe 2 or 3 months into the expansion that we start to notice it.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Giselle. So I think it is important to kind of really stay in tune with that, but also use tracking things to help track your sleep and your breathing, right? So we have a lot of patients that use like Oura rings. I use a Whoop band at night, and what I've noticed, because I'm about 2.5 months into my expansion as well, is I've been getting a higher proportion of deep sleep every night. My sleep efficiency has been going up. And so that's a very meaningful change, and something that you can really, very demonstrably see. And I think also for patients that were like heavy snorers too, that use like the Snore Lab app or have a bed partner that tells them, right? That's also a really powerful way to know, right, before and after expansion, even though it does happen gradually and it doesn't happen overnight. But there are certainly things that we can use to measure and to see how that changes our breathing and quality of life.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I don't have any tracking device. I mean, I have an Apple Watch, and I used to do it, but I try to keep any kind of technical stuff away from myself.
Okay, especially while you're sleeping, right? You want to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But. Sure.
Also, actually, so I did a sleep study a few years ago when I did Invisalign treatment.
Okay.
And that's when they discovered that I had like a mild case of sleep apnea.
Okay.
Which put me down this path to eventually me doing the surgery and improving my breathing.
Yep.
But in that process, I actually practiced a lot of like taping my mouth at night, making sure that I'm training my nose. Kind of like, I don't know if it's considered like myofunctional therapy.
Yeah.
But in a way, it was kind of getting my nose to work as it should, at least at night.
Yeah.
And already from then, I've noticed that like I've been able to sleep better and deeper. But now, I think especially with the expansion, I mean, in the past, I would maybe around like 2, 3 during the day, I'd have to go and take a nap because like my energy levels were down, probably because exactly, because of the low quality of sleep.
Yeah. Now,
I feel like it's almost like a luxury. It feels very different. Like it definitely, like in terms of productivity, in terms of vitality, it makes a meaningful difference that it's life changing.
Yeah, that's super cool to hear. Yeah, and you're at this point only halfway done with the expansion, so I'll check in with you in like 6 weeks, and we'll see what other changes there are and what you're noticing with your sleep and so forth. Now, I will warn you that the next 6 weeks your bite will continue to adjust and shift, until we finish the expansion and start getting your bite back together again.
Yeah.
But part of the thing that we are aiming to do is by moving the teeth at the same time as the expansion, we're just going to be enabling you to be able to expand to the full potential that you are supposed to be able to, right? So because we're moving those lower teeth out at the same time, you're going to be able to expand just that few extra more millimeters that will still, allow your teeth to fit together, right? Because otherwise, if you didn't move your lower teeth at the same time, then the limit for how much we can expand the upper jaw is where the lower teeth are currently sitting.
Yeah.
And so with the lower teeth that are tipped inward, you're not going to be able to expand nearly as much without putting yourself in a a crossbite, right, which is where your upper teeth no longer hit your lowers, which is not something that we want to do for you, right? So we want to guide your teeth at the same time during this process of maxillary expansion.
Yeah, which is a big difference. I'm very
Yeah.
grateful that we're doing the aligners and the expansion simultaneously as opposed to back to back.
Yeah.
And it reduces the treatment time by like a year you mentioned, which is that's a huge convenience factor too.
Absolutely, yeah. Not having to wait until after the expansion is done and just getting on it.
Yeah.
What we also measured today is how big your gap is between your front teeth. So we said that you expanded it already at this point about 4 millimeters.
Yeah.
But the widest part of your gap, I know it doesn't look it because it's pretty noticeable.
Yeah.
But the widest part of your diastema, that gap between your front teeth, is only about 1 millimeter.
Yeah.
Right. So we're keeping those teeth together and at the same time giving you the full amount of expansion that you should. Right. So we're not compromising any aspects of your treatment.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's great. I mean, yeah, it's doing a lot. These trays are doing a lot of work for sure.
Yeah, I know that you're getting a little antsy on when you're going to be done. I totally hear you. I mean, it's a process, it's a journey, it's a lot of work, effort to keep everything clean. Use the water flosser.
Yeah.
What, like twice, 3 times a day? How many times are you using it?
Every single time.
Every time you eat?
Every
pretty
time
much?
because I noticed. So for example, let's say on the left side where I have like the arm that's kind of hugging the molar.
Yeah.
Like so
Yeah.
on the right side it got detached.
Right.
On the left side it's still there.
Yeah.
And I think maybe just as part of the expansion, I'm feeling more and more gaps.
Food gets stuck. Yeah.
And so food gets stuck in there.
Okay.
And if I don't clean it, then it gets inflamed, and then kind of like when you floss teeth that haven't been flossed in a while.
Yeah.
And you start bleeding.
Yeah.
So, and that's painful. It's annoying. So I have like a portable water floss, and I clean every meal.
Okay.
Essentially. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. For me now, like I don't have to use a water floss every single time to get food stuck up from the middle part. I can just kind of suck it out right with my tongue.
Interesting. Okay.
Have you ever tried that before?
I've tried it. It actually hurts me a little bit sometimes.
Okay.
So, and there's always these small particles that might get.
100%. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So I'm not saying don't use a water floss, but like there'll be times when there's like bigger chunks of food that are annoying because it's like right there. And like, let's say I'm not at home, so I don't have access to a water flosser. Like, I'll just be sitting there and like I learned how to, to
lodge it. Yeah.
Yeah. To like kind of shoot it out with my tongue. These little tricks that you figure out. You know?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Initially, it was like very inadvertent. I was like, just like I put my tongue in a certain way, and I was like, oh shoot, like it came out, and I was like, oh, how do I keep doing this?
Yeah. That's funny.
But I totally hear it, because that part I feel like it's been getting easier to get food in and out of, but there might be other areas where it gets more stuck, right? As space opens up more during the expansion. So let's get that taken care of.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Cool. And then looking forward to the next time I see you. We'll have a more firm date on when we're going to be able to take the arms off for you.
Okay.
Okay. Easy.
Sounds
Cool.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Okay.
You're good with that bag of rubber bands. Let me get you set up right here in one of the